Hi, today I'll be making a pepper chicken curry. This is a really yummy Sri Lankan chicken curry. As you can see, there is not much of a gravy. It's a dry chicken curry. Starting off with 1 kilo of chicken. So I have brought the fresh chicken. You can see it's not the chicken part, it's the whole chicken. I've cut it into small pieces and washed it thoroughly. I find the whole chicken is much more tastier than the chicken parts that I usually buy. My husband loves the chicken breast. So usually I buy only the chicken breast which has very little flavor. For this pepper curry you need the whole chicken. Here I am adding the salt, turmeric and pepper and the ginger and garlic that I've already ground. Actually you can grind the peppercorn and the ginger and the garlic and the green chillies together in a grinder. Today my power went just before I started making this. So here I am using the pepper powder. Mixing all this really nicely and leaving it aside at least for half an hour. If you are making this for a function, you can marinate this overnight in the refrigerator as well. I am using 4 green chilies. If you like, you can use lesser or even more. So I am grinding this into a paste. When you're using a grinding stone, it's better to put a little bit of salt and grind. It grinds evenly. I have my chili paste. I'm going to add this to the chicken curry while cooking. I have my clay pot ready and heating. Adding some coconut oil to temper the onions. When the oil is hot, I'm adding the curry leaves first. This gives a really Sri Lankan flavor and of course a pandan leaf. Adding all the onions that I've chopped to this. Cook the onions until it's translucent. On and off, do a slight mix. When the onions are translucent, I'm adding a few cinnamon sticks and a little bit of whole black pepper. This looks nice and also on and off it's nice when you bite into these peppercorns. Next I'm adding the ground green chilies as well. If you use a grinder to grind the ginger, garlic and the green chilies and the pepper together, now is the time to add that paste to this mixture. Now I'm adding some cumin and some coriander powder. Cumin gives a lovely flavor. I have already roasted the cumin and powdered it. Cumin powder is a must for this pepper chicken because it gives a really lovely flavor. Let the condiments cook with the oil and the onions before we can add the chicken. I'm adding a little bit more pepper because after all, this is a pepper chicken. Now it's time to add the marinated chicken in. Now let this cook on a slow flame until everything cooks nicely. Make sure not to add any water. Just give a stirring on and off because the water in the chicken will come out and there's plenty of liquid to cook the chicken. Leave it at a medium flame at the beginning and you can reduce when it thickens. Just cover and let it cook at least for 20 minutes. Remember to stir it in between because we don't want any chicken to get burnt. You can see how much of liquid there is without adding any water. Adding my 2nd teaspoon of cumin powder again. You can see the gravy has got thicker. You have to cook until the gravy is really thick and there's hardly any gravy, because this is a dry curry. If you keep too much of gravy, the flavor doesn't go into the chicken. So make sure it's really dry and all the gravy is cooked in. Now when it's done, just off the fire and add a little bit of lime juice. You can see there is a little bit of oil on top. Well, this oil is the oil from the chicken. Let it sit for a few hours, at least for 1 hour, before you serve. Guess what? Before I could do the video, everyone at home has eaten the chicken curry and left my share. So this is all is left from the chicken dish for my video. Clearly shows how much they have enjoyed the pepper chicken. I'm sure you'll definitely try this easy pepper chicken dish. Let me know how it goes. Until I meet you next in my next video, happy cooking! I really want you to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.